So then we are looking at midfielders. Who's the best? What do you want? Who do you want? And what positions are best? Now, obviously with midfield, it can be midfield 2, midfield 3, and midfield 4. Technically left mid, right mid is midfield, but we're going looking at the CDMs, the centre mids, and the cams. So there is a lot to go with. Like most of them for this week specifically, we are excluding heroes and icons, and we'll start adding in all of the the dynasty icons, the on this day icon hero I believe is coming out as well. I don't know if they're going to be random SBCs throughout the year that could come. Obviously we're going to start to get a few more. Maybe we get Trailblazer heroes. I know there's been no news of that, but we more than likely will start getting them very, very soon, and we'll start adding them in as they come along there, because otherwise the tier list just gets basically romped up with all of the icon and heroes. Go check out the icon list, which is on the channel. It's pretty much got everybody, and they don't really move for the first couple of months anyway. So going straight off the bat then, we're going to look in order. So we're going to try and kind of order these around into CDMs, centre mids, and cams, because I just think that will make it just a little bit neater to be able to kind of go through and almost give justifications through a lot of these, to be honest. If you need coins in FC25, lootbar.gg has you covered. They are the cheapest trading platform on the game, 8 to 10% cheaper than any others, 8% off if you use the code JT11 at the end at checkout, plus you get 5% extra on coins, with the fastest delivery system going, used by many FC25 creators such as Zorky, Manny Plus, and even pro owners. So if you need any coins, head over to lootbar.gg, make sure JT11's in the promo code, and hopefully you enjoy. Okay, starting off with the DMs then. So obviously for this, I think Tchouameni is kind of one of the better ones. To be honest, he's been in centre back a lot as well. I saw a stat that like 3 to 5 million people are using him at centre back. I mean, I've not tried it, but again, it's going to be a fantastic one to have. I think he's one of the better ones you can get in terms of that centre mid kind of CDM partnership. And I do think the gold card still holds some very good weight with an anchor, with a shadow. He's definitely going to be one of them ones that could be worth evolving if you can't get anywhere close to packing a card like this. We've got a few of lower cards as well that are not necessarily as good in the game, like Kalanoglu, kind of more into the CDM. I'd say kind of more box-to-box issue as well, but I'd say he'd kind of go there. We're looking at the likes of Alex Garcia now. When I'm thinking as a DM, centre mid, probably more centre mid, whereas like someone like Alaba, very good for what he is, but he was a little bit pricey at times, so I wouldn't necessarily go too crazy with him. Patry would obviously be into the S. I think that's an easy one with a long ball pass as well. And that's the big thing. We've got a lot of players without playstyle pluses and a lot of them with. So it's going to give that big distinction of who's just very good in the game and who's good because of their playstyle plus. I think Conte definitely holds more weight in the game because of it. I think if he didn't have the intercept, maybe he wouldn't be as good or feel as good in game. But with it, absolutely insane. We've got the likes of Tonali. Again, I'd probably be looking a little bit lower now. I can imagine his price to be tanking that little bit more. We're looking at, 10,000 coins. We can see a big decline in a lot of these gold cards. Someone like Rodri as well would be very similar in the opposite way. Like, he's not necessarily got the pace that Tonali does, but he has the defending that he does. So that's absolutely incredible in itself anyway. Grace would be more down towards an A. Declan Rice would be very similar, to be honest. I think defensively is sound, like Rodri, but he definitely feels a lot stiffer on the game, which is a bit unfortunate. Kamavinga could be used as more of a box-to-box, but he most definitely is more defensive than he is attacking. I think you could even maybe drop him down even more now. And he's going to be one that is very much like a day one. He's coming in at 1.8k. I think it's quite easy to say you would upgrade him pretty quickly. Like if Tonali's only 10k, you could get that together pretty quickly. Barella, on the other hand, I do like him as a centre mid. I think he works fine. De Jong would be one of my favourites in an S+. Gundogan, bog standard again, maybe even one down, but the passing and dribbling as well as the first touch is just going to hold him on that one more week. Guerrero as a centre mid, because stats wise looks absolutely beautiful. He's kind of like a Rolfo 2.0. You obviously got him coming in at 100k, but look at them stats. Like a left back with them stats really shouldn't be there. You go with an anchor or a shadow, probably go anchor more though than anything. 86, 90, 79. absolutely fantastic stats across the board, because then 91 on the dribbling, 88 on the passing. That is a fantastic card in my opinion. I would happily go into an S with that very, very comfortably. Alex Garcia, he's good for the price. Like, I'd probably go an A plus going on to an A, because naturally he's going to come to an end. He's one of the first SBCs out. Phenomenal value. Like, value-wise, he's up here. Like, incredible for what you got back. Loftus-Cheek, easy S, very balanced across the board, always been a very consistent player. McAllister, a little bit less pace, is just a starting player more than anything. And Ndombele, incredible card. Again, very much like Guerrero in the sense of like the dribbling passing is insane. Add a bit of anchor to him, a bit of shadow, whatever you want. Incredible card for what he is. And especially for the price that you're paying for him. Like, he's coming in at 14,500. That is what we call a cheap beast. You go 84, 83, 86, or you go all out 88 and 84, already having that dribbling, already having that passing, and a bit of physical as well on him. Fantastic. Very, very nice for the card. Pedri, on the other hand, very bog standard. To be honest, very similar to everybody else, but the shooting and defending is just not enough for me. We got Sabitzer, another good card in terms of going forward. I'd go into more of an A+, very bog standard with that A+. Thuram, I'd say easily an S. Van der Beek, similar to the Ndombele, to be honest, just because he's not a massive name in the game. He's just overlooked completely, but realistically, them stats, not terrible for a road to the knockout. Zaire Emery going into an S quite comfortably. Bernardo would be kind of now dropping into that A+. I would say it's predominantly more that dribbling and passing that holds him up slightly. You'd go with like a Hunter and put him into almost a Cam more than anything. Valverde, both cards for me are easily in that S+. He is unbelievable. Bonmati would be an S. I'd go S+ for both Putellas quite easily as well. Then we go into some of the cams, which are always nice. You got the likes of Dybala, incredible 90. Wirtz would be the same. We'd see Musiala. Now, I don't know, with Musiala, he seems okay, but he seems like he just needs just a bit more stats, to be honest. Like, dribbling-wise, phenomenal. But then you've got the 84 pace. Granted, yeah, I'm not going to see him do crazy amounts. Obviously, shooting, finishing and attacking positioning is good. Penalties rocked out a little bit at the bottom. Passing's not quite there. But I don't feel like this card excites me a crazy amount. So, unfortunately for him, I'm going to drop him down one more as well. I just don't see it without an upgrade. Gomez would be like Van der Beek, nice upgrade for him, but not necessarily anything too crazy, but it could be interesting as we go forward. Marta would be the same. Then as we go into some of the kind of like the lower tiers, I'd say Lavelli, she's going to be more of a link for the Americans more so than anything. Cole Palmer would be clutching at straws at an A+. Obviously with the Bellingham pairing, they are always going to be in that S+. Same as De Bruyne. I'd possibly go one down for De Bruyne, just because I think the pace increase for his total rush is what really makes the card. But the passing on the gold card is well worth the money if you're going to try for it. You have Rutter, great SBC. I think with a potential playstyle plus evolution later on, with the 5-5 already, with stats that are very evolutionable, so they're not necessarily crazy across the board. Like, obviously, pace and dribbling is going to be a hard one to get anytime soon, and same with the rating, but he's a potential that could. We have Dabina, bog standard 5-5. Havertz would be into an S. Dybala's gold card, his 90 is good, but I think the 87 would be just a step down in my opinion. Same as Brandt. Absolutely love Foden in this game. He is so quick on that left stick dribbling. It is insane. Odegaard is similar to De Bruyne, but just not as good. And I'd say even Bruno's probably one further down, to be honest. Which leaves Wirtz, which is very similar to Musiala. Very uninspired card. Like, it's a nice card, but there's not necessarily anything too crazy going on with him, in my opinion anyway. That's going to be my midfielders. Let me know, agree, disagree. Anybody should be up or down. Let me know down below, and we can amend in the future. Peace.